See?
Thank you. I've always thought I've had really peaky eyes, little eyes. I don't know. And big lips. I used to hate my lips when I was younger, and everyone used to call me Joker at school because I smiled. Can you see, like, I used to get picked on.
Little smile as well, that's nice.
So how beautiful do you consider Zara? Well, before you decide, let's hear some other theories about beauty.
Try smiling, just do that.
Almost all scientific theories about beauty are based on so-called evolutionary psychology. The idea is that much human behavior is subconsciously driven by our animal past. For all our apparent sophistication, we are, deep down, creatures driven by a fairly basic biological urge to mate and to have offspring. But how well does this theory explain human behavior connected with beauty? Well, looking down at Elizabeth's face makes me think of makeup. That's enough of that. Human beings have been using makeup for over 4,000 years, so they must have developed some inkling of what they're trying to achieve with it, what buttons they're trying to press. Even in ancient Egypt, women were already using the same techniques they do today. They enhanced their eyes with kohl and used iron and copper ores to decorate their face. Dermatologist Dr. Vale Reese thinks makeup has one main purpose.
Well, makeup really tries to minimize any discoloration of the skin, any irregular contour, and then better allow attention to be drawn to certain features, such as the eyes or the lips, which we as humans want to accentuate, or at least in women at least.
We put on the base to sort of even everything out, and it's like making a flat, clean canvas, and then you start painting.
So how do we paint features, and why? Well, eye makeup can make the eyes look bigger and therefore younger and sexier. Also, darkening the upper lids can produce so-called bedroom eyes.
Why do bedroom eyes exist? Why do we associate that with sexiness? It's because in the last stage of sexual encounters, a moment or two before our orgasm, one of the muscles that keeps the upper eyelid up relaxes and the eyes begin to droop. So someone who has bedroom eyes, in a sense, looks like they're always on the verge of orgasm. That is, we're extending...
They have a permanent characteristic that reminds us of the way we look at that particular moment
without
just
even thinking about it.
Next, lipstick. Psychologists argue that when you get aroused, your lips get fuller and redder, and that's what red lipstick is trying to mimic. When people are sexually aroused, the psychologists tell me, the lips, for example, will not only get larger, they become engorged, there's more blood in the lips, so they actually get a darker color.
You read Desmond Morris on that, didn't you?
Yeah, some of it.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know whether all of that was right, but what I was talking about is just the fact that...
Yes. I think a lot of rubbish.
You think it's rubbish?
Absolute rubbish. He said that women do red lips, but it's mirroring the red vulvas of chimpanzees when they're in heat.
Yeah, well, that's obvious,
bollocks.
isn't it? Some evolutionary biology may be bollocks, but I do believe that makeup helps advertise fertility by emphasizing youth and health. And the link between beauty and health turns out to be much closer than I'd ever imagined. Just look at those hurdlers. Ever wondered why top athletes tend to be good-looking? Professor John Manning is doing research which links looks with running ability, and he's doing it here by measuring ears.
8.02. Well, our research is concentrated on athletic ability and what the face tells us about that.
The link which ties athletic ability to beauty in Professor Manning's research is symmetry.
Is 68.77.
Whether the two sides of your face are the same or very different seems to affect your running ability.
And his left ear is 67.62. Runners with asymmetric ears run more slowly than runners with symmetric ears. And this is not a question of wind speed and aerodynamic aspects of the face.
So what's going on here? Well, People with symmetrical bodies find it easier to run faster, and having more symmetrical ears is a sign you've got a more symmetrical body.
This is amazing when you think about it, because these asymmetries are very, very small. They're of the order of a millimetre or so. But we seem to be able to perceive them, and people rate symmetric faces as being more attractive than asymmetric faces.
Do you agree? How do you prefer me? Normal like this? Or symmetrical like this? And what's the big thing about symmetry? Well, it all begins in the womb. We all start off looking like aliens, but we're programmed to grow symmetrically, so if all goes well, we turn into pretty symmetrical adults. But things can go wrong.
Now, obviously a symmetrical face is typically a healthy face, but if you have a parasitic infection, or if you have congenital malformation of some kind that's distorted your face, it's going to produce an asymmetry. And when you detect something asymmetrical, it's no longer attractive, and you don't want to mate with it.
What neurologist Dr. Ramachandran is saying is that if you're unfortunate enough to have been infested with a parasite, such as a tapeworm, and it's residing inside you when you're growing up, then this will affect not only your bodily health, but also your face.
If you have a parasitic infection, you may not be very fertile. For all of these reasons, it's best to avoid an asymmetrical face. And this may be one reason why you have this repulsion. So you recoil from anything that's deformed, asymmetrical, distorted.
Because it could be dangerous.
Because it could be dangerous.
In a more primitive sense, the face advertises health. Okay, any doctor will tell you one of the first things they teach you in medical school is to look at the face.
In Stephen Marquardt's study, the faces ranked good-looking were more symmetrical. The less attractive faces were less symmetrical. And the grossly asymmetric induced a feeling almost of repulsion. It's this innate reaction to faces that Hollywood has exploited.
You'll have the clear-complected individual as the hero. And then any skin defect can be used by filmmakers to identify to audiences, watch out for this one. So that skin really becomes a reflection not just of health, but of moral content.
I'm so unhappy. My stepmother and sister are going to the ball without me. I do wish I could go too.
And so you shall.
Who are you?
I'm your fairy godmother, dear. I've got a heart of gold.
I don't trust you. You're hideous.
This is facial fascism.
Poor woman.
It's true that people with bad skin are not evil. I mean, you and I both know that rationally.
Yeah.
But they have done studies to show that if they would take subjects and have them interact with someone who is clear-complected or interact with someone, say, with acne scars or a large scar, that there was more hesitation, there was more concern, more fear associated with the people that did not have normal skin or good skin.
Henry de Robinet